In 1987, one of the greatest Stanley Cup finals was performed between the Edmonton Oilers and the Philadelphia Flyers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick Owen. Once again, I'm going off camera for this. This is highlights from Game 2 of the 1987 Stanley Cup finals, as I did last time for Game 1. Credit goes to Dave TV2 for the highlight videos that he mashed up together. The Flyers are down 1-0 in the series as the Edmonton Oilers showed their firepower in the third period of Game 1. Will the Flyers hang on to tie the series, or will the Edmonton Oilers look to take a stranglehold with a 2-0 lead going back to Philadelphia? This is Game 2 from the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Once again, let's fire this up for you. Get to 1987. Try not to spell it wrong this time. Click down here. And
we've got Carson out with Puckett and Ron Sutter marched and Crossman. The Flyers control the draw. Now going up the middle, there is Anderson. It's gone. Ron Sutter over the line, drops the Puckett in front. Directed right in on net by Philadelphia's Lindsey Carson. And the Flyers almost bag one. Up the middle shot with Huddy. And there's a big check. And Coffey is man up the middle shot. He was allowed to penetrate. Center shot. Quickly shot. Rebound. Back to Crossman with a drive. Most time the Flyers play much sharper tonight than they did on Sunday. He's got Krushelnicki with a front side shot. Zone shot. Hextall kicked it right where Chiari current, and then is screened off drop on the off wing. It's punched on it. Up the middle of Derek. Quickly shot. And over the line. Gretzky to Curry. Big shot. Saved by Philadelphia's Hextall. And the Flyers wheel it to the blue line and out. It's a breathtaking pace through 8 scoreless minutes. The shots are even at 6. The Oilers are the only power play. Gretzky back in. Taylor drives. Hextall into the back. As I did not hit by Tahoe with a one-timer. Hit right on the rebound by Sutter. And here comes up big again. As this is racehorse hockey, and it does not suit the Philadelphia style. There's that turn. He's in. Shot. And a little butterfly comes by to bang it in and behind for Greg. And the Oilers get away from 2 forecheckers as Derek here and then Gretzky going across and was pushed from behind. Samuelson drive with the screen in front. Just hit fine. Right out in front of shot. And Stewart through the screen. Taking it in. Drive. Save and the rebound. Right out. He's got an open man at center right. Gretzky on a breakaway. He's in. Takes the shot. And then Messier up the middle. Tapped away by Hextall. And yes, we come to the end of the first period. And just barely did Hextall beat Anderson to it. And had Anderson gotten the face of it, I don't know if it had gotten into the net before the end of the period. So there it is. And what do we got? A penalty? Wait a minute. What do we got? Another Flyer penalty? Oh, my. I think there's going to be a call against Philadelphia. Although they just opened the box, maybe to let Flyers would start the second period, 2 men short for 1 minute and 52 seconds. And Hextall is angry at Van Helem, and we can only assume that the Flyers now have really put themselves in a soup. Flyers have to really come up big now to prevent the Oilers from taking a grip. With 2 power play pops, one of them now 2-man advantage. Grab now and play through down that left side. Gretzky is in, drive, and Hextall to save. Rebound, open net. Hextall with a marvelous save, getting back against Anderson. In front, Messier as Hextall flops. Coffey open net, and it didn't get through. Coffey left side. Curry in front. Save! McTavish, he comes to the near side, backhand shot, beautifully executed play by McTavish. The Oilers have really shut down Philadelphia now. Through 6 minutes, 7 minutes of this period, they haven't had a shot. Flyers are regressing from an excellent first period and got to get it back. It's cut off by Lowe. Philadelphia attacks on Mellenby with a shot. Good save, sure. The first shot coming at 9:02 of the second period, and Gretzky with Eklund out in front to the side of the net. Penalty is going to be called as Eklund got Shure down, and Eklund into the slot shot. Good short side save. Shot in on net, and Shure with a marvelous save in front. Pop a backhander. Oh, and Shure covered the short spot. Kicking it in. Shot. What a save. Flyers. Sutter behind the net. Gets it in front to Mellenby. A shot. Rebound. And the score! Gary Stanley said it succinctly a moment ago. He says the Oilers are back on their heels. Puck kept in, pocket toward the net. Rebound, score! By Ryan Puck.
All alone in front of the net, and nobody near within any, I would say, 10 to 15 feet of it.
Drops it off to Derek Smith. Through the screen. Oh, marvelous save by Pure. Flyers now have generated 13 of the last 15 shots on goal in the final 7 minutes of this period. Out of this corner. It goes to the left point. Smith, no shot into the corner. Gets it back. He's got two screens in front. The shot breaks the blade off the stick of Pocket. Centers in front. They don't get it. And it's picked out by Hextall. With 35 seconds remaining in the period.
Boy, I'll tell you, one thing, Hextall's upset, and he should be, because the Edmonton Oilers came diving in after him and tried to knock it in, and I think it was the defenseman Smith. After the whistle had gone, he came charging in. No, it was Krushelnyski, excuse me, number 26, and tried to knock it in after the whistle had gone. But we have 35 seconds remaining, and we've had a ton of excitement here in the first two periods. Flyers out shooting Edmonton 27-16. They take the lead 2-1 here. And now
against Howe and Crossman. There's a play to Smith. Shot. And Hextall has on that right side. He's got low in front. Has shot. And the Flyer got him in. Puts to the near side. Shot. Beautiful save on the side of the net. It bounces off. They poke at it. And Hextall back in his haunches. The point shot by Coffey. And Hextall again off balance. And Mark he's got Rob Eklund in with a backhander. Save, and Eklund tried to get into the zone. Winds up with a drive.
Crossman has been much more physical in this game, Keith.
Gretzky into the zone. Look, shoot. Nice save by Hextall.
Both goalies have made a number of key saves, big saves.
Right, Messier in. Gonna cut right in front. Short side shot through the 5-hole, and Hextall just squeezed the pads in time. In, and now it's Anderson. He's got the line. Down to the right side. In! Shoot! Score! So we've got a dogfight now with 8:13 remaining in the third period, tied at 2. They overskate, turnaround shot, right in on Hextall by Nielsen. Then he's got Crossman beaten again. He slides the puck under Hextall, but we're going to have a penalty against the Flyers. Goes to Curry and the shot. He looks this up. He comes in front, shoots. Save, then into the slot. Comes in front, shoots. Save. Island's got the Travis there, shoots. Hextall went up the middle, round in front, and then a place, but it is all Oilers. Up the slot, the pop shot. One time, the rolls on the top of the net. They jam at it. And it hits behind Eklund in front, and several shots. Coming, drive, and the Pure 15 feet in front of the net, gave no angle. Now Howe keeps it in. His shot toward the net. Gretzky picks up, tries to center it. It's blocked off. And Derek Smith jumps at the center ice. And my friends, we go into overtime in the Stanley Cup Finals. The goal, because of the situation of this series, will be a shocker to the team against which it is scored. For the Oilers, they would lose home ice edge. For the Flyers, after a marvelous effort, they would be down 2 games to none and go home empty-handed. Looks to shoot, and it was partially deflected near side. Behind the net, they've got a man in front, Gretzky. They go instead to Sergei Greg, and he had the net and shot wide. There's Tikkanen with a shot. Glorious save by Hextall. Martin, how about Anderson coming in after Gretzky in, fakes the shot, drive, oh, hang on. 3:07 going into the overtime. Oh, he tries a long shot. Anderson, or Nielsen, line 1-on-3. Penetrates, hold. Now trying to drag for time and waiting for the hole to open up. There it is. Coffey swings to the side of the net. They score! Gary Curry. And the Oilers win it at 6:50 of overtime. Gary Curry banging in his playoff goal number 12. And it was beautifully executed as Coffey closed up the slot and threw it to the front right of Hextall. And Curry just one time at home. And the Flyers go home after an excellent effort empty-handed.
As you can see, the Edmonton Oilers wind up winning Game 2 by a score of 3-2 in overtime. The Flyers did hold a 2-1 lead going into the third period, but they were unable to hold that lead as Glenn Anderson was able to tie the game in the third. And as you saw, Yari Curry wins the game in overtime for the Edmonton Oilers, and the Edmonton Oilers go to Philadelphia with a 2-0 lead. The series would only get better from there. The Flyers had their chances in this game, but the Oilers just dominated the overtime. But the Flyers are down 2-0 heading home to Philly for the home opener. And what would arguably be one of the best when I do Game 3, you will see the highlights from that. And what a game that is. Once again, the next episode, we will talk Game 3. My name is Patrick Glenn, and as I always end my episodes from the late, great Gene Hart, good night and good hockey.